We are going to talk about a very important question which every student is asked when he joins any education institution, any coaching class, any school. And this question becomes more important when an individual joins an organization, because an organization which is completely strange to you and you are completely a stranger to that organization want to know about you first before knowing about anything else. They are very much interested in knowing you at the first sight. So very basic question which is open to all of us all the times, and we must prepare for that question first is, tell me about yourself. The way we want to know about others by ourselves by questioning this question, in the same way the companies want to know about us. Again, I would like to repeat a very important thing. We prepare a lot for logic, reasoning, aptitude, group discussions and a lot of things, but we miss this very first step. This question is very open. You cannot guess what other questions will be asked to you, but you can be sure that this is one question which must be asked to you. So let's start preparing about and knowing that what is the importance of this question for us. Tell me about yourself. So when we talk about tell me about yourself, so it simply gives the ball in our hand and we have to question ourselves. Who am I? Who are you? So the thing is that now the ball is in our hand and we have to decide that what are the areas of our own personality we want to reflect to the person who is asking me this question. The very basic motive behind this question is to know our confidence, because after listening to the questions you can see that many of the students, they can have a good sweating, they start trembling. So after even listening to the question, if you tremble, if you sweat, then it shows your confidence. Then how you respond to it? What is your voice pattern? What is your intonation? What kind of words you are using? And other than that, your enthusiasm. How much enthusiastic you are to answer this question, and it also shows your preparedness towards this question. The third point is the passion. If you are really passionate about joining any organization, or if you are even very passionate about knowing yourself, you must be having the answer to this question. This answer can never be just on a scale of 100 marks where you can get 20, 50, 80, 60, but you have to actually present yourself in front of others so that they can be able to know from your 3 or 5 or 10 lines that what you are. It is not mandatory that they will completely understand you, but at least you can present yourself in a better way. And the fourth point, the motive behind this question is speed of your response. Like if you take a time like you take a time like I have got the instruction, now it is the time of processing, then wait for 5 minutes and after 5 minutes I will respond you. Then definitely you will feel that a gentleman who have put this question in front of you has simply just these 4 parameters in a moment: your confidence, your enthusiasm, your passion and your speed of response. So be prepared with this question. You can start nicely with few openers, like I can summarize who I am in 3 words. These are some smart approaches which are not conventional, but they are completely different, and it shows your confidence. Like you can say that the quotation I live my life by is, you can start by relating yourself with a quotation. Like my personal philosophy is, like you can fill in the blank. What is your personal philosophy? Like next you can say that people who know me best say that I am. Like in 1 word or 2 word you will say that yes, this is what I am. Like very interesting is that when I googled myself this morning and here what I found, like it is a very smart way. Like you with a gentle smile on your face, you have established a rapport with the interviewer, and this way you can have a good rapport with the interviewer. You can get a better response from his side also. The next thing is that when I was 7 years old, I always wanted to be like you. Had start like a story that you wanted to be this, but you need not to tell the whole filmy story of 3 hours, but in short you have to like say. And other points are like, can I show you instead of telling you? And at last you can say that the compliment people give me most frequently is this. So these are the openers. Like this way you can start, but further you have to answer in your own way further. When like it is very important that catch up your answers in these 3 things. Like firstly relevance, what the gentleman is interested in knowing. Second, interesting. Your answer must be interesting. And the third thing, that whether it is relevant, whether it is interesting, but if it will too long, then it will be of no use. So it must be concise also. So this way you have to break the stereotype, because when someone asks you a question, tell me about yourself, sometimes you mug up the answer, you try to answer it like a question like you have remembered for long, but you have to break the stereotype, and this way you can start yourself in it. This can show that you are innovative, and don't become like yet another non-entity in the grey mass of blah blah blah, like saying like blah blah blah, saying anything. Even you are not understanding what you are saying, and the gentleman who is sitting in front of you is feeling like in front of whom I am sitting and asking questions. And the personal introduction, when you give, start with your name, follow up with your background, relate it to the position, the job profile, those specification for which you are there. And the thing is that turn the question on them, like the way you will present yourself, you can turn the questions on them, so that you can feel yourself very much comfortable in a better position in an interview. But the last thing which you need to remember is avoid overexposure. Don't think that you are the Superman, you are the Shaktiman. So avoid overexposure during the kind of interviews at the very beginning. And the other things which you need to include is your educational qualification, your interest, strength, weaknesses, future plans. It can be short term or long term. Your curricular and co-curricular activities. So in all, these are some very basics with which you must start to know the answer to the question, tell me about yourself, which will be asked to you every single time, all the times. Be prepared. Thank you.